Hi guys, welcome back for the second workout in week 1 of the All I Want for Christmas REDUX series. So week 1 is all about the glutes. We did our cardio glutes on Monday, and today we are taking it down to the mat, going a little bit lower and slower for some super targeted fine toning of the glutes with this mat bar series. So if you are ready, roll out your mat and let's do it. Hello, welcome back. If I have a little bit of a sweaty sheen right now, it is because I'm filming this one right after having filmed the first video of this week, which was the cardio booty burn. So if you haven't done that one yet, I encourage you to go back and do that one before doing this one even. So you can do them back to back. You could separate them out. It's however you want. But the point is, all December long, we're going to be doing 2 videos per week. We're breaking it down by muscle grouping. So week 1, of course, we're in the glutes. So if you are not subscribed, you might miss those. So be sure to just pop down below really quickly, hit that subscribe button so you catch all of the festive workouts in our All I Want for Christmas REDUX series. So that's that. We're going to be down on the mat today. This is more of a fine toning. Doesn't mean it's going to be easier, it just means to be a fine toning. So I want you to go ahead, come down onto your back. Whee! We've got 15 moves and it's going to be 1 minute of each. So first things first, you're going to open up the feet here. So you're on the outsides of the feet. You can bring the feet together. You can also keep the toes lifted, heels down, but knees are wide here. And we're doing a bridge lift here. So let's go ahead and start. Hands by side, head, neck, and shoulders stay down. We exhale, lift, inhale, touch down. Exhale, lift, inhale, touch down. Now the worst thing, my biggest complaint about being in this bridge position is, what do I do with my hair? What do I do with it? Because I always have a ponytail. So then I go directly on top of the ponytail, which is just a little bit uncomfortable, honestly, because there's just a big, weird lump under my head. Or I can push it off to the side, but then it gets all crazy. I don't know. What's the hairstyle for this? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. There's no good hairstyle for bridge lifts. That's my assessment. That's my professional assessment of the situation. But we're gonna carry on anyway. Big squeeze of the glutes at the top. I'm gonna have to lift my head periodically just to check the time. Oh, we're just about there. Do one more here. We're gonna stay up and you're gonna squeeze inner thighs together and open. So hips shouldn't be going up and down anymore. Now we're just staying up. We try to stay level here. We open and we squeeze. So that squeeze, think of controlling from the inner thighs. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see any of Layla. She might be showing up on camera right now a little bit. She's just on the table over there. There's always a cat around. We need to take our festive Christmas photo with the cats. That's on the to-do list right now. Actually, by the time that you're doing this video, we've probably already done it. Because I'm filming this one 2 weeks out, which is nice because I can really get in that festive spirit. So I'm all about it. I like starting Christmas early. I'm into it. Do one more here. Legs stay open, touch the butt back down. We're gonna put those two together. So you're gonna lift. As you lift, we squeeze legs together. As we release, we release. So butt touches down, legs open. So we open, touch, lift, squeeze together. When you open and touch, don't spend a long time down there. So don't put your full weight back down into the butt. Don't relax. Don't rest. We're headed right back up. And this one's nice because it gets a little bit of the inner thighs too. And inner thighs play well with the glutes. Teamwork makes the dream work. So yes, I'm filming this one pretty far in advance because I'm prepping all of my stuff for when we are in Scotland. So as you are doing this video, if you're doing it when it was released, we are in Scotland. Hello, howdy. Howdy from the Highlands. All right, keep the legs together here. You can bring the feet in a little bit closer toward you, and we're just gonna pulse it here. So narrow bridge pulse. Do not let the legs come apart. So squeeze a good bit of money between your inner thighs. Keep it there. Little release, squeeze, release, squeeze. So hopefully I'm having a really great time up in the Highlands right now. Hopefully. I don't know. Let's see. I'm very excited about it. Very excited indeed. I think it's gonna be nice and festive. So looking forward to it. Is anybody else traveling around the holidays this year? I never like to travel actually at Christmas because that's too much chaos. That's too high level chaos. I can't do it. But like early in December, I think it'll be all right. Last one there, release. All right, we're gonna quickly flip over here. So you're gonna be on hands and knees, but actually no, we're not gonna stay on hands and knees. You're gonna come down to the right elbow, like so. So left hand, right elbow. Sorry about this one. You're gonna open up the left knee. So we're in this attitude position and we're gonna be lifting it there. Here we go. So it's gonna be a lift and down. So the leg is open, it's with a turnout, but the lift is to the back. If you had a mirror in front of you here, so like as you're this way, right, turn to the side, you shouldn't even see that left foot. It would disappear behind the knee. So I'm gonna show you, keep going, doing what you're doing, but you should not be here, right? It's not one of these. Sometimes we do that, but right now we're working a little bit more of the outside of the glute, which is why we're doing it with a turnout. It's a lot for the supporting side as well. If you wanted more of a challenge here, it would be possible, it should be possible to pick up the left hand. So you should be able to do it entirely from one forearm. Of course, keeping core nice and tight. So yeah, in theory, but you're welcome to touch it back down. Do one more here. Hold this lift, check, open it up a little bit more. We're gonna extend and bend. Keep these slow. So squeeze the butt super, super tight here. We don't want this leg way forward, so you're not kicking forward. The hip is not turned down to the floor. Hips are stacked, so this full hip should be visible. As you're extending the leg, the kneecap should be forward. The outer thigh should be up to the ceiling. So check that angle, because if you're turned down like this, it's not the same thing. The butt is on vacation there, so make sure you're fully turned open here. I know it's a little bit tricky, but trust me, if you keep doing these, if you keep practicing them, it will open up eventually. And when it does, I actually very much prefer the feeling of these to that like traditional quadruped position where it's just working the center of the glute, lifting like that. I prefer these ones because I think the hip opening feels really nice, quite frankly. Do one more here, and then we're gonna put those two things together. So you're gonna bring it back into where we started. Knees are not friends, they're separated. We lift, extend, bring it back in. Lift, extend, bring it back in. Still maintaining that turnout. So largely what it's gonna come down to is really squeezing that supporting glute super, super tight, because you're pushing it under. If the glute is like releasing back, again, you're gonna end up turning down like this, and wow, now I don't even feel the glutes at all. So you'll know when you found that sweet spot. Big, big squeeze of the supporting glute. That's the best tip I can give you here. And abs tight as well, because that does kind of help hold everything together. But we're almost at the halfway point of this one. Not of this exercise, of this whole workout, if that just scared you. Keep the leg long here, still with that turnout, little tiny pulses here. Keep squeezing that right glute, pulling navel in tight. Again, if you want to challenge stability, get a little bit more core work, you could pick up the left hand. But basically I just show that to show that you shouldn't have a lot of weight in the left hand. The weight is gonna be in the right side right now, okay? So you can have the left hand down, but you should be able to like go on 2 fingertips, for example. It shouldn't make really any difference because there's not weight going into it. Keep pulsing here, squeeze everything even tighter. With the glutes, it's just about squeezing everything as tight as you can. and maintaining that squeeze. Otherwise, they're not gonna play. They're not. They're gonna go on vacation. Hip hip hooray, it's Christmas vacation. Few more seconds here. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Release. I'm gonna stop the timer for a second because we're gonna flip around to that other side. So exactly the same. We start from hands and knees just to find that like distance of the shoulders and the hips. Left elbow comes down in line with the right hand. We open up the right knee. We start with our lift. Here it is. So exhale, lift. Inhale. We just touch the right foot to the left heel. So it's just a touch, lift. So the lift is not to the side. Again, I'm gonna show you something I don't want you to do. Don't do this. It's not a lift to the side, so it's not a fire hydrant. It's a lift to the back, but with a turnout. That's it. So it's this angle of the leg, but we're lifting back. I hope that's clear. It does become clear and easier the more you do them because it's just training those muscles. Once those muscles can kick in, they're like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. I may not like what you're doing, but I get it. Stay lifted up out of that supporting shoulder as well. Do one more here, keep it up, rotate open even more. Extend and bend. So squeeze that left glute as tight as you possibly can, and then a little bit tighter just in case. So check the leg there. Remember, we don't want the kneecap pointing down toward the floor. It should be open to the side. So pull that top hip back, push the bottom hip under. Remember, you should be able to pick up the right hand here. My balance is not great on this side, but you should be able to pick up, there we go. Should be able to pick up the right hand and carry on, right? In terms of the weight distribution. Whew. Keep it going. I feel like this is actually my favorite time of year to work out because I just do fun workouts. I mean, most of the year, I've gotten to more the habit of like, I'm just gonna do what feels good right now. Like, I'm gonna do something that sounds fun, sounds good. Last one here. And then we're gonna put it together. So bring it back down, bend. We lift, extend. But especially in December, I'm just all about like, let's work out for fun. Some of you might be thinking like, but this is not fun. How can you say, I think this is fun. I think this is fun. Yes. Yeah, a little variety, good for you. Definitely should be feeling the glutes by now, especially if you're doing this after that cardio booty burn, the Monday video. Woo! Yeah, try them back to back. You could try them back to back and you could do that like a couple of times in the week. Why not? Really get it cooked. But we'll be moving on to a new muscle group next week. One more here, we keep it lifted, check that line, and little tiny pulse here. So squeeze the glutes really, really tight. The second side, wow, wowza. But we're in the home stretch at this point. We've essentially got just one more series after we finish this one on this side, and we get to lie down for it. So, yeah. That's it. That's all I can really say for it. We get to lie down for it. That could mean anything. Squeeze that left glute even tighter. I say it for myself too, because I'm like, left glute, come on. Come on, little buddy. It is just that little bit harder for me to engage the left than it is the right. Got about 10 more seconds here. Bear with, you can do it. Squeeze abs tight. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead, lower all the way down here onto your stomach. You can stack the hands, split knees so with the mat, heels here are squeezing tight. We're gonna lift and lower. Squeeze, release. So it's a really big squeeze of the butt. Keep the heels pressing together, feet are flexed, and don't let the legs migrate out like this. So don't let them go out long. Squeeze in tight toward you. Heels to butt. I'm not gonna lie, I actually think, we'll see if this is the case for the whole month, the whole series, but I think the Thursdays are gonna be the harder days. I guess it really depends on it depends on what you're used to doing, how you like working out. I don't find cardio mega difficult. I can push through it, I can power through it. Last one here, keep the legs lifted. We're gonna exhale, extend, push through the heels, inhale, bend, so legs are floating. Exhale, extend, we got a full minute here. Nah, it'll go by fast. So keep them floating. If the tops of the legs are touching down the floor a little bit, that's okay, just don't put weight in them. So energetically, think of lifting. But yeah, I think this kind of toning, fine toning muscle endurance work, I think is the hardest, but it's also my favorite to do. So that's a good thing. That's what keeps me doing it. I enjoy doing it, but it hurts. It's hard. It's really a mental game. That's why I like it, because it truly is just the endurance. It's just saying I know my body can keep doing this. Don't let my mind say it can't. It can do it. So just let it do it. Last one here. Woo! Bend in, and we're gonna combo those two. So knees come down for a second. We lift, push, bring it back in. Lift, push, bring it back in. So it's almost like a double kind of donkey kick in a way. Yee-haw. Just like that. Still pushing through the heels. How is the butt feeling by this point? We're reaching the end. We're in our final 30 seconds, actually even a little bit less than that. And then that'll be week 1 of All I Want for Christmas Redux wrapped. We will be into it. We will have committed. One more here. Extend, bring it in, release the feet down, just extend the legs out long, hands underneath shoulders, press back to a child's pose. Let's split the knees here. Oh, that feels good. Give the hips a little wiggle, side to side. Yes, indeed. Go ahead, sit back on the butt here. We'll give it a quick stretch. Oh, I think Layla should be showing up. There she is. So, cross the right ankle over left knee here. Press that right knee out away from you into number 4. Hi! Lift chest up and over. Your little hands are all dirty. Why is that? Your little hands are all dirty. Sandy's. Yeah, her name's Layla, but I actually call her Sandy. So I'm not sure she even knows what her name is at this point. No, I think she thinks it's Sandy. It's fine. And then bring that left foot underneath. You're gonna stack it here. So you can always stack a little bit wider if the hips don't want to play here. Feel free to separate it a little bit. I just press into it. It feels really good. Feels really good. Sometimes she falls asleep like this with her head just flopped off the table. Stop. Go ahead, switch. Cross left ankle over right knee. Lift chest up and over. If you guys have pets, which I hope that you have the joy of having pets, if you do you think that they are just the most beautiful, perfect things in the entire universe? Because I do. And even when they misbehave, I'm just like, I can't even be upset because look at you. And then bring one leg underneath and stack them again here. But I mean, look at her. Isn't she majestic? So if you guys are new around here, she's a Maine Coon. That's why you'll notice her her tufty ears. She's got the tufty ears. And that's why she's so supersized. She is a supersized cat. And there we go. All right, on the note of supersized cat, that is us done. So awesome job with week 1 if you completed all of it. If not, go back, do that other one too. I'm watching. Santa's always watching. And then make sure that you are subscribed to come back for the following weeks of All I Want for Christmas Redux. Like this video if you are excited to be here for all these workouts all month long, and give me a little festive greeting down below in the comments. Give Layla a festive greeting down below in the comments. We will see you guys soon. Bye.